back for another round of Vintage Cube drafting. Because I have yet to get back around to downloading Magic Online again, and because Vintage Cube isn't offered all the time, I'm going to use my personal cube on MTG Forge. I will include a link to download that at some point in the future. It's really fun app. It has pretty good AI most of the time, if a tad predictable. Just gotta wait for things to catch up. Apparently running Spotify, streaming, and this are a bit overwhelming for my computer at present. What I get for getting bare minimum one. I'll upgrade that eventually. This is again my personal vintage cube with some modifications to accommodate for the fact that this is on a digital client. There's some things you just can't do in paper, like I have Booster Tutor in mine. So what do we got here? Some really strong green starts. We got Birds of Paradise, Gilded Goose, Circle of Dreams Druid if I want to go that route. Mind Twist is a good start for going big mana. Choices here. I do think Gilded Goose or Birds of Paradise are not bad starts. There's the Trop, which I highly doubt is going to wheel. High Tide for combo. I do think green would not be a bad choice. I'm going to wheel something for blue-green here. I'm going to take the Birds of Paradise. See where that pulls me. So now there's Mana Crypt. I got to take the Mana Crypt. Right? There's no argument for anything else. If I didn't take Mana Crypt, it would most likely be Solitude, I think? Yeah, Solitude is... Yeah, Solitude is... There's nothing close, right? Because down here we got Treasure Cruise and Portion of Legionnaire. Like, not even close, right? So Mana Crypt is definitely the pick here. Oh, Archangel Elspeth. And I guess Arbor Elf if I wanted to keep riding this green train. But it's really hard to argue with Elspeth. Like, Smokestack, yeah... that's if I want to spec on getting something like uh, Hermit or Deforest Hermit or Hangerback Walker or something along those lines. But do I really want to bank on that? I mean, not. That seems a bit of a stretch. Like, whereas Elspeth is just generically powerful. Yeah, talk myself into it. I'm gonna take Elspeth. So now we got Norn. Like, I'm kind of getting pulled in this big mana white direction. Search for Tomorrow is interesting. Mystic Confluence. Huh. So the strongest card in the pack, I would say, is Confluence, right? Not looking at anything I picked already. If I had to first pick something, it would be Mystic Confluence. And then if it wasn't that, it would probably be Lightning Strike or Search. With what I've taken, I'm leaning towards Norn. Because like Norn fits in with what I'm trying to do, I think. Whereas Confluence is just good. It's a debate, right? Like I think I can wheel Norn. So I'm going to take the Confluence, because if I get back... I don't really want Tithe Taker. Like, it's okay. I definitely am not interested in Thassa's Oracle. Goblin Guide's definitely not where I'm at. Expansion Explosion, possibly. Search for Tomorrow is interesting. Oh, man. That was a tough one. So now we got... Oh, Biogenic Ooze is one of my favorite mono green cards. Like, everyone's always going on about Craterhoof. Biogenic Ooze is stupid. Especially once you start generating tons of mana. Like, that activated ability just gets absolutely overwhelming. Like, you need to answer Biogenic Ooze quickly or it just gets completely out of control. So I'm taking that. But wasn't taking the Ooze, probably... Oh, wasn't taking the Ooze, it would likely be Turn Timber Symbiosis. Maybe that'll table. So now we have Scavenging Ooze. think I'm beyond mono white aggro, so I'm not taking Adeline. I'm not, I do have a flying creature, so body and mind is pretty interesting. I think I'm leaning more towards either Scooze or Through the Breach. So hear me out on Through the Breach, right? Like I don't have any yet, but Birds would let me get an early Through the Breach. I could splash it pretty easily, right? Like between Mana Crypt and Birds, I can get an early Through the Breach. Hmm. Right, I've already got like a double green pip card. Double. I'm gonna take the Through the Breach here. Like Fury is gonna hose me if it doesn't come back, but you gotta pick your battles. So now there's Pyretic Ritual, not where I want to be. Iteration's interesting. Land tax is not, or is it? So, so hear me out here, right? So hear me out. So, mono green typically you don't play a lot of lands, right? You rely on your dorks for mana. With land tax, you can clear those few lands out of the way that much faster. So not only are you hitting your land drops, you should be top decking spells anyway, and this clears those few remaining lands out of the way faster so you can top deck action. I'm kind of leaning towards the land tax. Maybe Table Dam as a sweeper. The only other thing that, yeah, it's the only thing that really interests me. So I'm going to take the land tax. And now we have Spara's Headquarters. It's a white green land with a splash of blue. Birds makes it fairly easy to splash a lot of things. Not really aggressive, so Showdown, holy crap, try saying that 5 times fast. Showdown isn't really where I want to be. Red isn't, I don't have anything red except for Through the Breach, so I don't really want Raging Ravine. Bowmasters it's a threat to me, but it doesn't play well with me. I'm not trying to sack like Bone Shards goes great with Reanimator, but it doesn't play nice with my deck. So I think I'm going to take the Headquarters. Which brings us back, ooh, Circle of Dreams Druid tabled. Oh. So I think that has to be the pick, right? Over Commit or Riftsower? I think that has to be it, right? Or am I going too dedicated to my other colors? Now, it's got to be Circle of Dreams Druid, right? Because it goes so well with Biogenic Ooze. Like, it goes so well. And then there's Solitude. Right back around. So I can't pass Solitude twice. Like, I can't justify that. Disenchant is the most enticing out of this pack. Like, I'm not going to play Hazoret. Runaway Steamkin is... I'm probably going to remove that from the queue. Like, it's been very underwhelming. I've yet to play any games where Runaway Steamkin has been the card I've ever wanted to play. Good coffee. Mastermind's Acquisition, that's also kind of on the fence. And Omnath Locus of All, I feel like that is very niche. So I'm going to grab Disenchant. And now I feel it's Wall of Omens. Comes down to places itself. And then Sun Titan. If I had a Time Walk or an Ancestral, then Soulfire Grandmaster would be so enticing. But right now it doesn't pair with anything, and I feel Sun Titan is going to be better because it gets me back Wall, gets me back Birds, Circle of Dreams Druid, Mana Crypt. Like, it gets me back quite a few things. And it's just a big beat stick, and now I'll hate on Fury. I'm probably not going to play it. And definitely hate Toral's Disciple. Going into pack 2, oh, there's the Cradle. I'm going to pass on the One Ring. Or could I... Because I haven't seen a whole lot of dorks. So we did table Circle of Dreams Druid. But I don't think I can table Gaia's Cradle. There's also Channel. Fortunately, these are in the same pack, right? So nobody's going to get Channel and the One Ring. Because that would just be insane. So I'm going to take Cradle. And I could probably get one or... I'm probably not going to get the One Ring back. Like, that's just not coming back around. And I think that is okay. Not a huge fan of it. I'd rather take Cradle over the One Ring. Like, it's slim. It's a very slim margin. But given what I've got so far, I'm going to take the Cradle. If I didn't have the Ooze, I would probably take the One Ring. So now we have Jetmir's Garden, Delighted Halfling. There's an Ulamog. So the Garden isn't super necessary. Because Fury and Disciple aren't... So if I take Ulamog, then Garden becomes a bit more desirable, but not insanely so. So I'm going to take the Ulamog, because if I take the Garden and don't get Ulamog back, then it was a wasted pick. Whereas if I take Ulamog and don't get Garden, I can still make it work. And Halfling may or may not wheel. And that's no big loss either way. Now there's Promised End. I don't want to take too many big beaters. Oh, there's Oko. Like, it has to be Oko, right? Like, I got Spar's Headquarters. I got Birds. Like, there's no, hopefully, Table Muldrifter. Like, it's got to be Oko, right? With a second consideration to Soccer Tribe Elder and Thieving Skydiver. So take the Broco Oko. Looking at probably, actually, Green Sun Zenith with Vile Duplication. God, I hate that first word. Erenic Suspect is a close second. Not really interested in Turnabout. I don't have enough dorks to be quite worth it. So yeah, taking Green Sun. What do I want to get back? I guess Duplication is one thing I'm hoping to get back. Take the Green Sun. Cultivate or... Ketriatrium was also a blue-green land, but I think I want Windswept. Windswept gets me Spar's Headquarters, or I can just take the Cultivate. I'm going to actually take the Cultivate over the Windswept. Because Cultivate actually ramps me, whereas Windswept is just fixing. Cultivate does both fix and ramp. Not much in this pack I'm interested in. I could technically splash for the Strix. Though Council's Judgment is more appealing, so I think that's where I'm going with that. Be a decent sideboard card. Don't really want Ravages. Though I could rely entirely on my creatures for mana. Though I don't think that's the best plan. So I'm gonna take Garruk. Garruk or Fable? Garruk. I'm not really in the red. So I'm gonna take Garruk, because I have Cradle, right? Like, you have to take Garruk when you have Cradle. So now we have Oust. No real, like, not really in... Ooh, actually, Invasion combined with Biogenic Ooze seems like... It seems rather disgusting, doesn't it? Like that seems to be... Like, am I hyping this up too much? Like, somebody say something, please. Like, am I being... much here? Like... Ah... Oh my god, or is that... Oh. Okay, I'm gonna try to live the dream here. Like... Okay, I'm gonna take that. If I take Sting, what would I even throw it on? Nothing? But I think it's bet. Oh no, wondering. Duh. Duh. And there's Jetmir's Garden and Delighted Halfling. Halfling, I can only use colored mana to cast Ulamog. So I'm going to take Jetmir's Garden. Like, remember, you can only use that colored mana on legendary spells. So it's a bit misleading. Not really interested in Rafine's Tower because I want all my lands to make green. There is Courser versus Revoker. Huh. I think it's Courser. And then here, I'm going to take the Duplication. I guess I'll hate on Pyroclasm. Take the Unmarked Grave and Progenitus. Maybe I'll get a Natural Order of Magus. Okay, so there's Mox Emerald. Like, that's just the universe smiling at me, right? And then... I can table Omnath. Oh, if I now I wish I had taken the Halfling because there's Atraxa, there's Omnath, Teferi, like oh, so it gives you the Mox and then says you should have taken the Halfling, like right, like that's ugh. Avacyn's Pilgrim actually goes very nicely in here because I do a lot of white, and there's also Talisman of Curiosity. Huh. I think I took the Talisman. No. It's got to be the Pilgrim. I I want some more low drops. Maybe try to get back Resto or Selfless Spirit. Swords is interesting. I think I'm trying to overwhelm though. So I'm gonna take the Pilgrim. I think I want to get back Talisman, Selfless Spirit, or Resto. The Time Warp's not bad either. Then we go Ancestral Vision. Gargaroth is interesting. Like it's not a, it's not really first pick material. Minsc and Boo. Ah, ah. Every time Minsc and Boo pops up, I have to take it. Right? Like you don't pass a Minsc and Boo if you can afford it, unless there's something like super compelling, right? And with the Jetmir's Garden, like I don't think I've ever had a draft where I've taken a Minsc and Boo and not had Jetmir's Garden or a Ketria Triome. So I got to take Minsc and Boo because you just do, right? There's the Hangerback I wanted. There's also a Temple Garden and a Caryatid. And the Deranged Hermit. Fudge me. Oh, this pack is tough. Like, I don't even know what to do here. So, like, the Temple Garden is super enticing. I have a lot of green and white. The Caryatid is also extra enticing. So is the Deranged Hermit because I have Cradle and... Okay, I think I'm taking I think I talked myself into the Hermit because I have Circle of Dreams, Druid, and Gaia's Cradle. So I'm going to take the Deranged Hermit. And now there's Library, I think is the only thing that's really compelling. Stomping Ground, not so much. Because I doubt if I do play any red card, it's going to be Through the Breach. And I think I have enough pseudo-fixing for that. So, yeah, it's going to be Library. Because what I typically run into, the issue I typically run into is lack of action. Raffellos. I don't think I'm going to be able to play enough forests. Because I don't think I can... I might not even play this land tax. I think I will take Tireless Tracker or Knight of Autumn here. Bloodstained Mire does... No, Bloodstained Mire currently only grabs Jetmir's Garden, so I don't think that's the take. So I think it is either Knight or Tireless Tracker. If I had fetches, Tireless Tracker would be much more enticing. I think it's Knight of Autumn. It's a body and it's removal. So, again, if I had fetches, it'd be a snap pick on Ren and 6. So I think it's more Invasion of Ikoria. I do love me some tutors. There's Taiga and Savannah. So Savannah is the higher priority here because I'm more incentivized to play white, I think, because Solitude, Council's Judgment, Disenchant, or do I want the red? If I play red, I definitely want Through the Breach, Fury, Minsc and Boo. Whereas if I don't play white, I lose Wall of Omens, Elspeth. Oh, this is tough. I kind of want to prioritize Minsc and Boo, but I do already have Anaya land. Ugh. Is that enough though? Huh. Oh, fetch would have made this a lot easier of a decision. Because if it was a red fetch, then it would be, okay, cool, I have to take Taiga. If it was a white fetch, then I have to take Savannah. If it was a green fetch, then, again, I'm back in the same boat. Solitude and Fury are almost identical. Minsc and Boo versus Elspeth. Actually, I think they're about comparable, because Elspeth's -2 is disgusting. Huh. So I think it's better to compare Oko to Minsc and Boo. So I'm probably going to end up playing Minsc and Boo over Oko. that still leaves me the debate of red or white. I think I'm gonna take the Taiga just because of Through the Breach. Omnath tabled. Gonna take that. It's 4 life a turn. Do not underestimate it. There's Resto. Resto works well with Wall of Omens, Night of Autumn, Omnath, Deranged Hermit, Fury Solitude, Sun Titan, Biogenic Ooze. That's pretty good to me. Resto it is. Now, nothing super compelling. Maybe Char. And Nahiri is... Actually, no, it's probably Pride Mage. And then... Yeah, I guess Wandering Emperor. Probably not going to play it, though. Metamorphose. And a last pick, Vamp. Okay. Gonna call this... Oh! I'm gonna call this Foresee Breach. Alright, let's get to building. Alright, so I'm definitely playing green here. So I definitely want the Garruk. Minsk and Boo. Oko I'll hold onto for now. Yeah, I'll mainboard the Pride Mage. Not yet, actually. Want to? Yeah. I'm playing white. Question is, how much red am I splashing? I won't play the Sun Titan to start. Seems a bit ambitious. Council's Judgment is also like that's double white on an early spell. So we'll see on that one. Duplication as the only blue spell seems okay. Disenchants of sideboard card. Morphos will also help with the fixing. Confluence looks so good. So do I want land tax? I definitely want the One Ring. Okay, and since I already have, like, without even putting lands in, I already have 1, 2, 3 sources of 4, 5 sources of mana. So definitely Fury. Elspeth, and I guess I'll play Oko. I'll try to make that work. Oh yeah, I forgot about my Invasion of Ikoria. So I'm not going to play Invasion of Gobekhan. I feel like there's other stuff I'd rather do on 2. There's Sylvan Library, Metamorphose is there's Wall of Omens. Like, there's other stuff I'd rather do. And I think I'd rather send 3 damage elsewhere. But I will play all these lands. Okay, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 white sources. So I don't think I need a plains. 1 plains for Elspeth. 1 plains for Elspeth. I definitely don't need any islands, right? Because I have 1, 2, just 2 blue sources, right? I guess 3 with Metamorphose. Okay, so 1 plains, 2 islands. 1 plains, 2 islands, 2 mountains. Nah, I gotta be a bit more disciplined than that. Let's go unhinged. So 1 plains. Island. And I do have Green Sun and Search for... Okay, so I can also count those technically as sources. So 2 mountains. I'll go 1 more island just because I want Oko early if I can draw it. And the rest forests. That's another reason I'm glad that's another reason I didn't prioritize taking Rafellos, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to play a ton of forests. I think that looks okay. And Cultivate will help a lot too. And Garruk just untaps lands, not basics or not forests. So Garruk helps a lot with that. Alright, let's take this 4-color Breach deck for a spin. Play all opponents. And let's go. I would love to be on the play. Playing against Omar. Bear in mind, these are all AIs, so don't, like, yeah, so, Jetmir's Garden and Mox Emerald. So I could go turn 1 Library into turn 2 Courser. Big fan of that, actually. Courser and Library actually makes a lot of sense. So, Plains, Mox into Library, which is a lot more disgusting than it sounds when you consider my follow-up. I'm going to start with a Swamp. Okay. And I will draw 2 more. Damn, none of them were... Huh, okay. I'll choose the Ooze and Through the Breach. Okay. I will pay 4 for the Ooze and not pay for the Through the Breach. I'm afraid I don't need to drop Courser this turn. Instead I can drop it next turn and play a land into it. Or just cast Elspeth. And the point of playing Courser into removal this early if I don't have a follow-up for it. Okay, so let's draw the 2 off of Library. Okay, so let's pick 1, 2, 3, 4. I won't be able to cast Through the Breach this turn. So I'm going to put Ulamog safely on top of my Library. I will pay the 4 for Circle of Dreams Druid. Will not pay for Ulamog. But what I will do is play my land. Actually, do my Courser first. Courser or Circle of Dreams Druid? That Courser first gives me a bit more longevity if things go sideways. So Courser followed by Forest, gain the life, but now they know now they know they have Ulamog on top, but they don't know about the Breach. Casting Liliana the Last Hope, probably gonna get Courser up -2, -1. That's fine, because I'm about to wreck their life. Okay, I'm drawing. Drain turn. I know about that. Okay. Is an island. Huh. So, choosing Deranged Hermit Forest. So let's pay 4 for the Deranged Hermit and not for the Forest. Play the Forest. Gain a life. There's an island there. Breach Ulamog, hit 2 lands. And then swing. Because Lily I'm not that worried about. Right? Yeah, I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a red to breach out Ulamog. Oh, that's right, I don't get the cast trigger. So let's hit them for 10. Exile more than half their library. Like, so they are by no means dead, but this is very devastating. And Ulamog goes away. I don't know why I thought I was going to get the cast trigger. Okay. Okay, Liliana on Courser. Make me discard 2 at random. Elspeth and what else? Deranged Tournament. Oh, that's a disaster. Oh no! I can't play Circle of Dreams Druid with it actively. Okay, that's a mountain. Sure. That's a Solitude. So let's go with the 2 lands. Okay. Pay 4 life for 1, not the other. Play the land off the top. Knight of Autumn. I have to hit Lily soon. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 mana. So I think I have to play Biogenic Ooze. So I can start smashing Lily. Put a one counter on my oozes. Fatal Push one of them. That's what they've been sitting on for who knows how fucking long. Oh, god damn it. Ugh. Waited too long to do anything. Okay, top card is Avacyn's Pilgrim. Okay, let's take a look at my top 2. Knight of Autumn. Avacyn's Pilgrim. Let's put both of them back. I will play a land. What would I even Green Sun for? Currently I have Green Sun for 6. Which I think is just about anything in my deck. Deranged Hermit's gone, Biogenic Ooze is gone. So right now I can only Green Sun for Avacyn's Pilgrim or Birds of Paradise. Or Kasali Pride Mage, all of which die to Lily. So that sucks. Okay. So gotta start putting the beat down on Lily. Don't even have enough mana to ooze and do anything else because Lily shuts down my Circle of Dreams Druid. Fortunately though, I can still... Okay. Sort of Fire and Ice. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Make an ooze token. So leaves me with 3 mana that I can do nothing with. Untap. Draw the extra 2 to see what the hell is in there. Wall of Omens. And so yes, I'll put them back. Knight Pilgrim. Draw the Knight off Wall of Omens. But first things first. Lily's gotta die. She's really putting a hamper on my offensive capabilities. Cast Wall of Omens. Draw my Knight of Autumn. Oh my god. Okay, fine. Cast That was his Pilgrim. I suppose I can Green Sun for 3 to go get the Knight of Autumn. Actually, they can't. They're not going to be able to. Mono Black isn't known for its hasty creatures, so I can kind of do it all now. All right, play my Circle of Dreams Druid now that Lily's out of the way. Like Lily was their big threat, right? Or am I like right? Though I can't really play the One Ring now. Okay. I'll put first. Okay, so Invasion Taiga. But I will choose to pay for Invasion, but not for Taiga. So that's why. Okay, so that's why I got the order messed up. Okay, so I can't even play Mana Crypt now. However, Invasion can go get me. Oh, excuse me. Invasion actually go get me Resto, which I can use to blink Knight of Autumn to gain 4 life. Or I can 5. I think I can attack for lethal here. I'm going to go for the lethal attack, and if it doesn't work out, then I have some backup plans. Okay. I wish I knew how to adjust the setting. Occasionally it'll let me do a full match, but right now it's not. Sure, turn 2 library seems okay. Island, okay. Change of plans. Forest into Birds of Paradise. Please don't get dazed. Yay! Ship it back. Blue, red. Oh god. That's concerning. I'm going to place Spar's headquarters and library because I don't want to run out Courser without benefit to it. And also I would just rather be able to immediately follow it up. Okay, so library, Solitude and Resto. So let's choose Solitude and Resto. Solitude first, then Resto. I'll pay the 4 for Solitude, but not for Resto. Let's go ahead and play Courser, because they're not going to know about the Solitude. They will see the Restoration Angel. I don't think they saw this. Oh yeah, this is a totally different opponent. Okay, gain my 1 life. And ship it back. 4 mana and no plays. That is highly concerning, unless they're sitting on either double red and or double green cards. Like, I have concerns. Okay. Cultivate and Taiga. Choose the Cultivate and Taiga. Put them back in that order. I'll pay for Cultivate, but not for Taiga. So I can play the Taiga off the top. There's my Mox. Let's go ahead and auto yield. And then I'm going to Cultivate. Go grab. I definitely need to grab an island. Put that onto the board. And probably a forest. Put the island into play, forest into... Ooh, that's an Oko on top. I am kind of liking that. And may as well play my Wall of Omens now. Start getting the board built up. Now I have Oko in hand with Fury on top. This hand is pretty damn strong now. Went from being mediocre to pretty damn strong. Bribery. Oh, fuck. Okay, they're going to bribery probably Ulamog because Fury doesn't do that much. It kills my Dork or one of my creatures. So they're going to take Ulamog. So now I have to... Yeah, now I have to Solitude it. Oh, my top card is Biogenic Ooze. I'm not even going to bother with the... Play my land. Okay. Actually, I could just Oko the Ulamog. Yeah. Let's just Oko it. Because Oko is fucking Proko. Like, what the hell? I was all worried for no reason. So there's that. And then I can cast Garruk, make my own 3/3. No point in untapping lands. I can't cast anything anyway. Or I could cast Invasion just to flip it. Seems less than ideal. See, now I can Solitude the Ulamog and only give them 3 life. Okay. Cycling 0. Snap into Time Warp that they can't even cast. Metamorph, copying. Courser. I would have metamorphed the Ulamog. On top is a mountain, so sure. That's library. I'm at 16. Pay for one, not the other. Put my land off the top. Would love to have that Circle of Dreams Druid. Circle of Dreams Druid now. I could also give them the Wall of Omens in exchange for the Ulamog, and then flicker it with Resto. That seems pretty good, actually. Once I start thinking about it. Like, that seems insanely good. Or I could duplicate it. Save Resto for, like, Solitude or something. Yeah. Why am I like this? I'm not even using the One Ring. Then Garruk. Untap 2 lands. Go untap the Forest and Plains. Leave me with 6 mana. So I can Invasion for 4. Now this is Invasion for 3. Go grab Circle of Dreams Druid. Yeah, that works out great. Leave my dude untapped. Okay. Yeah. I might swing it. No point in swinging at it because right now they can bounce with everything.